right, hey everyone, how's it going? So we're gonna do shape up session 11, I think. So if you're following along, we're on 11. So let me just double check my mic here to make sure you guys can hear me. I plugged into a mic this time, so actually my audio should be much better. I really found that not using the mic and just relying on the phone audio really wasn't that great. So hopefully that helps you while you're following along in the video. All right, so let's start off with our dynamic warm-up. We're bringing the feet hip width apart. We're gonna do some squats down and up. We're gonna aim for 10 repetitions. So we're at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so we're gonna bring the right leg behind. We're gonna lower down into lunge. So we're really focusing on bending the back knee and the front knee at the same time. So don't bring the heel back each time when you come up. Try to stay up on the toes. And you're pumping that up and down. So just go nice and slow. You're just trying to get the nice stretch in the hip, trying to open up the hips a little bit, and just basically getting the muscles working and moving through movement. So a couple more. Good, and then we'll change sides. So bringing that one leg behind again, and then moving up and down for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so standing up nice and tall, we'll do some forward swings with the one leg. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then we'll cross it over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then we bend the knee, and we're going to open the knee to the side, focusing on the balance. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so changing sides over to the other side. Nice big lift forward and back for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we'll cross it over. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then we'll bring the knee up and we're going to open it to the side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, good. All right, so then let's bring the feet nice and wide. We can do this. There's 2 different variations that you can do with this one. We've talked about it in the past. You can really bend forward into this movement, going side to side. Okay, and then if you don't have the flexibility for that one, you can just move a little bit side to side into those knees. So just moving at your own pace for 4, 5, 4 down here, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, and then we'll walk it in towards the center. Okay, and then we'll bring it around the core. So warming up that midsection for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then out in front, big pull front to back, really opening that chest. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then opening. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then big lift to the sky for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then some wrist rotations, elbow rotations, and then in the other direction, and then wrist rotations, in the other direction. All right, and then let's just do a few of the ankle lifts up and down, or the heel lifts up and down. So just warming up the calf muscles here. And then we'll just change sides, pushing the heel to the floor and just pumping that up and down. Okay. All right. Okay, so we're going to start off with our little cardio warm up. Again, I'll give you the low impact, I'll give you the medium mixed impact, and then the higher impact. So again, remember, you can work with any of the options at any time. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is the high knees. So remember, we have high knees, low impact, right? And then we have high knees, high impact. And then because there's really sort of no medium in between, you can do a mix of both, high and medium. You can change them up, or high and low. Or what you can do, you can do higher knee lifts, okay? Or you can actually go a little bit faster. So I guess maybe that would be more your in the middle impact, but lots of different variations to mix and match, okay? All right, so let's get ready. We're gonna go for 30 seconds of work and then 10 seconds of rest. And just remember, if you start with high impact, you can always regress to low impact. And then if you're doing the low impact and you feel like you want to pump up a little bit, you can do a little bit of the high impact. Okay. Okay, so getting ready. All right, here we go. Should hear that okay. So we've got the 8 different exercises that we're going to do. Some of them will be combo movements, so 2 movements in one. I like to mix match them. Keeps you thinking. Okay, so we have 9 seconds left. So we're going to do high knees with punches. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so you've got your low impact one, high knees with punches. You've got your high knees, high impact punches. Okay, so low impact. Okay, here we go. And again, too, like with that low impact one, you can go a little bit quicker so that it kind of brings the impact or the intensity up a little bit for you. Okay, 5 seconds. We're gonna do, okay, so resting, we've got toe taps to the front. Here's our low impact movement. And then we've got toe taps to the front, high impact. So here we go. So pump that out. Then we're going to do some butt kicks, and we'll make this one a combination. We'll do some butt kicks with some squats next. So 10 seconds. So get ready. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's your low impact, and then you got 1, 2. And then the high impact would be 4, and then 2. Okay, so you can jump or do your jumps for your high impact. And then you can also do the, you can do like the squat jumps to make them both movements high impact. So you could do the high impact butt kick with the high impact squat, or like I just demoed, you can do 2 low impacts or mix low and high in that one. 4 seconds. Okay, so let's do some jumping jacks. So we've got the high impact movement, and then you've got your low movement, low impact, right? Arms and legs. Okay, so let's try that. So pumping that out nice and strong. Okay, so we're gonna do skaters next. Skater. Okay, so I'll stand off to my screen here. Okay, so the skater one, you do the little jump to the side and you do the tap, side, tap, and then to take the high impact out of it, you step to the side, step, side to side. Okay. Now you can also add in the knee up as well in there, step to the side, knee up, and then like I said, to the impact one, you just do the jumps laterally side to side. So it's up to you. Okay, so let's do some jumping jacks with the arms to the sides. So then you've got the low impact, and then we're gonna go for 4 and then 2, 1, 2. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2. Okay. So just coordinating the arms and the legs together on the high impact one. So pump that out. We've got one more set left after this one. Okay, so we're gonna let's do some crisscrosses next. Okay, so here's your high impact. Okay, and then you've got your low impact, so crossing side to side. Actually, you can even add your arms in there too. Okay, so you've got your low impact, then you've got your higher impact. Try to add your arms in there too. That's hard. Get your coordination down. Don't trip. So you got your low movements. All right, so that concludes the warm up or the cardio portions. Sorry, and the warm up part. I can't talk today. The warm up and cardio portions. There we go. I knew I'd get it out eventually. Okay, so we're going to start working with our weights next. We've got a variety of things to work on. So I'm just gonna bust out my mat here. And then just get your weights out. Like if you've got, you know, a little bit of your lightweight and a little bit of your heavyweight. Yeah, okay. So for this one, what we're gonna do, we've got 11 exercises. So we're gonna pump out 11 sets or 11 exercises. And I'm just gonna bring that work period up to 40. And then I'm gonna bring your rest up to 20. Because in that way, it gives us 20 seconds to transition from one position to another and gives me a little bit of time to explain it. Okay, so for this one, what we're gonna do something called a goblet squat. So basically that's how you hold the dumbbell. We're gonna hold it at the chest, bringing the feet hip width apart. So we're gonna squat down and lift up, squat down and lift up. Okay, so we're gonna start with that one first. Okay, so let's get ready. Starting in 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so here we go. So Really focusing on driving those hips back, keeping the chest up. And remember to breathe, don't hold the breath. Now, I don't know how many of you have bands at home, but I'm going to show the next one with a band and dumbbell. So if you got your bands and you want to try something a little different, if you've got the luxury right now of having, you know, a variety of equipment's really hard to get your hands on right now. Okay, so bicep curls with the band's going to look like this. Okay, and then it's exactly the same movement with the dumbbell. So the dumbbell, basically the palms are facing forward as well for this exercise, and we're lifting them up and down. Now, because we're timing this exercise, you can play with the styles a little bit because I'm not counting your repetitions. So you can horse around a little bit. We can do alternating side to side. You can do palms facing in as well. Some different options there. And then sometimes with your band too, like depending if it's the intensity of the band, if it's not intense enough, you can step on it and widen it out a little bit and make it stiff make this stiffer, okay? But if your band's really stiff, you can try one foot and then alternating, which will be less intense, take a little less tension out of it. Okay, so next up, we're gonna be doing some calf raises. So we're gonna lift up and down. And now with this one, you can, again, use your dumbbells. You can also play with the foot position a little bit. You can toe out and then maybe count for 5 and then toe in, count 5 and then do 5 neutrals and then back to 5 toe outs again. Or you can just do the whole 40 seconds of one or the other. Play around with the movements a little bit. You can see the difference in how it works your calf muscle. Okay. So you have 8 seconds. We're gonna do a little bit of balance here next. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so as we push this arm up, I'm gonna get you to lift the leg. Then do the other side. Okay, now if you feel really imbalanced doing that and you just don't feel comfortable, that's fine too. You can just alternate side to side. So bring the feet hip width apart. You want some good solid balance then. Keep the knees bent, belly tight, working side to side, and then nice big lift up. Okay. Let's keep that going. Okay, after this one, we're gonna get on the floor. We're gonna do some obliques. So basically, we're gonna be working the abs. We're gonna do in the sides here, the obliques. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so palms together. We're gonna lift up, rotate to the one side, lower back down, rotate to the other side. Okay, so pump that out. All right. Okay. So I have another multi-movement coming up next for you. We can also break it down just to one movement for less intensity. So 4 seconds left now. Okay, so we're gonna step it forward. You're gonna do that little press up and then really power back and then switch sides. Okay, so if you don't wanna add in that shoulder press, you know, maybe your shoulders are getting a bit too tired, you can try the alternating lunge side to side, working with that one. Okay, so a couple different options there. Okay. Ooh, we've got some more squats coming up, and this time we're going to be working the glutes. And again, I'll give you a couple different options for that one too. So I can give you the multi movement option or just the single option. So we have 10 seconds. Pumping that out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we've got squat and then glute kick, squat and then just change sides. Or you can do the no squat and you can work on the glute kick side to side. Okay, so try that. Okay, here we go. Ooh, I got a little cardio one coming up next for you. Cardio. After all, this is Shape Up. There is a mix of goodies in these programs. All right, 20 seconds. Hope you guys have been enjoying the programs. All right, we have 5 seconds left. You got to keep it going. Okay, so for the cardio one, let's do some jumping jacks. So we've got the jumping jack high impact, and then we got the jumping jack low impact. Okay, so high impact, and then we get that low impact. All right, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Okay, so I have another good one coming up next, and again, I'll give you the different options for a lower intensity and a higher intensity, and it'll be just a strengthening movement. Okay, 13 seconds left. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so option number 1, we got big arms here, and then a fold forward, lift up, big arms, folding forward, okay? Then the harder option would be the big arms, fold forward, walk it out, okay? Coming into plank, and then walking it back. So remember, when you're doing this one, you gotta bend into the knees to walk yourself back. Okay, so big arms again for the harder one. Fold forward at your hips. So now the chest meets the tops of the thighs, bending and then walking it out, coming into plank, and then just walking it back. And again, bending into those knees and hips and coming back up. So just as a beginner one, we can do big arms, fold forwards, just working on the mobility and the stretching components. Ooh, we have another squat. Okay, so next one, we're gonna do squat. Now this one, you're holding the squat and we're doing tap outs here. Tap out side to side. Side to side. Okay, so let's try that. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple variations of a tricep movement, something for triceps next. Okay, I grab some lighter weights. Usually with triceps, you do have to go a little bit lighter because they are a weaker muscle. Biceps tend to be stronger than triceps. Okay, so bent over, this is kickback. So you're doing double arm at the same time and elbow stays tucked in. Okay, the second exercise you can try, you're taking the dumbbell, you're just cupping it with your palms and then lifting up and down. Okay, so a couple different movements there you can try. (18 seconds. Okay, 10 seconds left. Let's pump it out nice and strong, guys. 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Okay, nice work. Okay, so that's a rest period now. So that was 11 minutes of work. Did it feel like 11 minutes? Okay, so take a break, and then what we're going to do, we're going to go back. We're going to repeat that round. So we'll do another 11 minutes. Then I want to do a few minutes of core specific work, so abs and back, and then we'll cool it down. Okay, so let's see here. While you guys are having a drink, I'm just going to refresh your memory. So we did the goblet squat next. So you're going to hold the dumbbell at the chest, and then we're just going through squatting up and down, pushing through the feet, keeping the chest slightly up. Okay. Okay, so get ready, get into position, and I'll start you off here. Oh, my iPad turned off. Always does that when you want to make it go. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. So we've got 40 seconds of that squat down, okay? And you're folding forward a little bit, but you're making sure that the abs and chest don't fold so far forward that it's touching your upper thighs. You have to leave space in between that section when you do your squat. 14 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so bicep curls, I showed you the dumbbell variation, and I also showed you the band variation if you wanted to change it up and you have a band at home. So the band variation. So remember the different variations I said. You got the 1 foot on if your band is like really stiff. You can do 1 foot, and you can also alternate the arms. Okay, after this one, we have calf raises. So 20 seconds left on this set. Okay, so 9 seconds, 8. Okay, so we had the 3 different foot movements in this one I showed you. You can do all of them, do maybe 5 or 6, then just change it for each one. And then, or you can just focus on one or the other for the entire set. Okay, here we go, pump it out. So just remember that when you're doing your calf raise, you're really like pushing up through the toes, lifting up, getting the full extension of that movement, or the full contraction of that movement. Ten seconds. Okay. Okay, so we have either the alternating shoulder presses, or you can do them 2 at the same time. So just remember that you're keeping the knees bent a little bit. So just focusing on your center of gravity and then pumping them up and down. Okay, then after this one, we're getting back on the floor to do the obliques. The obliques. Some muscles on the side here. Okay. All right. So 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we're gonna get on the floor, and then the oblique one that we're doing our palms together, we're gonna lift up, rotate to the one side, and then lower back down, and then just change sides. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's work that out. Okay, so coming up next, we're going to be doing the lunge combo with the shoulder presses or just the lunges. So your choice on this one. Getting a lot of good arm work in there today. Actually, we're getting a lot of good leg work in there today too. Good combo of muscle groups working. Okay. Okay, so lunging forward, then you can do that little lift up, and then all you're going to do is just change sides. Big press up. Okay, so if you want to take some of that intensity out of it, you can definitely actually get rid of the weights too, and then you can just focus on your lunges forward and back. So you can either lower the weight for the lunge, you can keep the weight the same that you were working with if it was a little bit heavier. That's your choice there. Okay, so on the next one, I'm going to show you a couple exercises. So if you have a band, I'll show you this band exercise. And then I'll also show the dumbbell variation. Okay, so for the, you can do a seated row with a band. That means that the band is just wrapped around the feet and you're rowing right into the back, squeezing the upper back. Now, if you're gonna do the dumbbell one, you can do this one seated or you can do it bent over, same sort of movement. If you've been following along in the other sessions, and you know how to do the row because we do it quite a bit, especially in strength training as well. Okay, so I snuck that exercise in there for you. So I'm going to take out that little cardio one after this. Okay, so because I still want to do triceps. Yeah, I'm just talking to myself out loud. It's only because you guys are listening. Okay. Okay, so now we're back to squat again. So we're gonna do the squat down with the butt kick. Okay, so again, if you want to take the squat out, you can just do butt kicks or leg extension side to side. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we were supposed to be doing a cardio coming up next, so I'm just going to take that one out because I want to still focus on the tricep movement, and because I showed you the row, I just kind of stuck an extra one in there. Okay, so we'll go to triceps after this one. So I showed you 2 exercises for the upcoming triceps last time. I showed you kickback and tricep extension. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we've got the kickback. Okay, and then I showed you the one arm or the double arm, 1 dumbbell tricep extension. Okay, so you can do that one. Either one's fine. Now just remember when you're doing the kickback one, you want those elbows to stay tucked in. So make sure that when you lift the arm out that there's not a gap. See the gap? Keep the arm down and the elbow tucked into the side so that you can feel it on the side. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna go after this one. We're gonna go back to the walkouts again. So I give you 2 variations for that one. Okay, so I gave you the mobility flexibility one, this one here. Okay. And then I gave you the harder variation. So nice big arms, and then you can walk it out, coming into plank, and then walking it back. Okay, so I try to give all the different variations that I can because there are a lot of different types of people that are participating here. So I do my best to make sure that you're getting different options to try out. Some people can work at higher intensities and want the harder exercises, and some people are still beginners and still want to try and be able to build themselves up. Okay. Okay, so next up, we're gonna take the dumbbell. You're gonna hold it at the chest. And then this is the one where we're doing some side stepping. Side to side. Or you can just hold. So now just remember that when you're in that movement, you're holding that, I want that butt out, okay? So butt goes out, and then notice my back is flat, it's not rounded, and I'm not hugging too far forward where my chest is coming towards my upper thighs. Okay, so I try to give you guys a lot of the cues, the self-cueing, so that you can look for your own mistakes, because I can't see you to correct you, but I know a lot of the common errors that people make. So hopefully the cues are helping you to correct. Okay, so let's rest now and let's head down to the mat. We're gonna do some abs next, or core. So I'm gonna bring it down to 8 sets, 30 seconds of work, and 10 seconds of rest. So just grab yourselves a drink and then boogie on down to the mat for me. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so we're gonna start off by laying on your back. And we're gonna do some bridge work. So we're gonna lift up and down, pushing through the heels of the feet, squeezing the glutes, and then breathing out as you lift. Okay, so let's get ready. Okay, so nice big lift up. So breathing out, pushing through the heels. When you lift up, think about squeezing the glutes and then lower back down. Squeezing the glutes and then lower back down. Okay. Woo, 9 seconds left. Okay, so resting on the forearms, we're gonna do some double leg bicycles. So let's try to go for a few in the one direction and then reverse it. Then go for a few in the opposite direction. Notice how it makes your brain work. Try not to let the exercise make your brain explode. The big circles. All right. 7 seconds. Okay, feet to the sky. We're gonna do some circles. Okay, so you're gonna go one direction and then you're gonna go in the other direction. Okay, so those feet are to the sky. Make sure that you're maintaining your pelvic tilt. That means that you feel your lower back connected with the floor. Okay, so let's come on into tabletop. We're going to do bird dogs, so extending the arm and leg, and then changing sides. Okay, so when you're doing this one, make sure that the arm comes up to the ear height and the leg comes right out behind you. Do not keep it bent and do not stick it towards the sky. So keep it straight with the hip. Okay, so bending the knees, the soles of the feet go towards the sky. Rest your chin on your palm, on the backs of your hands, and then just lift the legs up a bit. So this is a glute exercise. So you're squeezing the glutes as you lift. So I'm just lifting the front of my thighs off the mat a little bit. Okay, so after this, we have 3 sets left, and then we'll stretch it out. Okay, so coming into plank, so this is plank at your knees. Remember to keep the butt down. Plank off the knees is going to be a little bit harder, or you can do a little bit of something in between here where you do the knee taps. You can also do alternating knee taps, make your brain work. Okay, so different styles there to try. 5 seconds. Okay, so sitting in V-sit, we're gonna bring the palms together like this, and then we're gonna do opposite arm to knee, side to side. Okay, so last one after this, we got one more set. Okay, so resting on the forearms, we're gonna do some scissors. And then when you're doing your scissors, you can lift and lower. Okay. All right, last set on this one. So I'm gonna get you to come on up to your feet when you're done this set. Okay, so let's rest up. Come on up to the feet. We'll start with stretching out the lower part of the body. Okay, so just move my mat out of the way here. All right, so we're gonna bring the right leg behind and we're pushing that heel to the floor. So bending into the front knee, keeping the chest up. So we're stretching the calf muscle down here. We're also stretching the Achilles tendon too, like right where the ankle joint is. And then we'll change sides. Okay, so let's bring it back to center and then a little bit of balance here again. Now with the balance, you can also use the wall for this one, hand on the wall or a chair, and you're just gonna cross one leg over the other. We're gonna fold forward. Actually, I'll show you from the side view. So folding forward. So just going down as far as you can go. Maybe your fingertips can touch the floor. Maybe you can only come to the shins, that's fine. Whatever's comfortable for you. Okay, so let's bring it on up. And then we're gonna just change feet now, bring the other one in front and just fold forward. Again, just going as far like what's comfortable for you. Okay, and then we'll slowly roll it up. All right. Okay, so maybe you need a chair or a wall for this next one, or you can freestand. So as an example, we're going to bring that heel back towards the glute. Okay, so this one can be a little bit hard sometimes, depending on tightnesses, like real inflexibility, knee replacements, things like that. So sometimes what I suggest then, you can put like both hands on the wall, you can bring the leg back, which you can still get a nice stretch in there where you don't have to like reach back here to try to pull that in, because sometimes that's just not going to work. All right, change sides. I've also shown variations with the strap as well, the yoga strap. And then I've also shown variations where you lay on your side and you can do this exact same movements. Okay, so let's release that. Maybe let's just step a little bit wide here. And then we're gonna just lean to that one side, taking a nice stretch. Yeah, we did a lot of hip work today. We did glutes, we did thighs, hamstrings. Okay, change sides. So a lot of your multi-movements, like your lunges and your squats, they work a lot of multiple muscles at one time. So it's always good to integrate those types of exercises into the program. And then you can sometimes work a little bit more isolated depending on the movement. All right, so let's bring it back to center. We'll just walk it in. Okay, so place your hands on your lower back. We're just gonna draw the shoulder blades together, lift the heart. You're opening up your chest here, and then you're stretching your abdominal wall. Okay, then let's bring it back to center, big lift up, connect the fingertips together, interlocking them, big stretch to the sky. Full, and then let them fall forward, and then bring the palms behind, interlocking the fingers again, drawing the shoulder blades together. Good, and then come back to center, and then we'll go back to those elbow rolls. I called them wrist rolls earlier. Get my body parts straight. All right, then you're gonna reverse. All right. Okay, and then we'll go to wrists. So a few things on the wrist. You can do the rotations out and then in, and then you can do up and down as well. And then you can also put some like shoulder, these types of shoulder rolls in. I'm rolling in reverse if I do this in slow motion. And then you can also roll them forwards. Just remember, anything that consists of like rolling in one direction, you're always gonna do the other direction as well. And then you can always do some extras at the end of your program. You can do the ear side to side. Now just remember, when you're doing ear side to side, that some common errors, people want to do this. So self-checking, right? You're gonna relax that. Then you can also bring the chin to the chest, and then you can definitely do some rolls that way. So you go from one side, you go to the center, and then you go to the other side. All right, and we'll bring it back to center. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's class. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day. Take care for now. Bye.